And I am the Grand Cat, and today we're going to be live streaming the final hour and a half of Last Man Standing. I reckon this will be a slightly longer live stream than per usual. I'm just waiting for it to show up on my computer here so that I can join in and actually be part of the chat. Now, just need to make sure that the chat is actually working, because sometimes it does not. And there we go, it is working. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by gifting 5 free gifted memberships to members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet that will get paid subscription service for free to the big old Grand Cat channel, which will give you access to over 100 exclusive videos. So let's see who these lucky members of the Grand Cat Fleet are going to be. And congratulations to Palmira Garcia, Taquito, Joshua Critley, Angel, and Sky Eclipse. Sky Eclipse, congratulations. You and Milo will be very, very happy with that free gifted membership to the Grand Cat channel. And let's take a quick look over here. So Reward Mania, we didn't go for the Jacob Fatu, but we will be going for the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. That is one that I am going to try and get hold of. Over here in our free pack, we have the bonus pack, which is give us a 5% chance at the Mark Henry, 5 rare draft picks, and 3 coupons. Alex Gardner says, "Hi, Grand Cat," and he's currently ranked number 1. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the live stream. We've got 5 rare draft picks to go here. We've got Akira Tozawa, Roman Reigns, Eric. We've got a Unhinged, Julia, and one more. Oh my goodness, we've got 2 of the resets in a row. It's going to be Becky Lynch as well. Very, very cool. Also, a huge shout out to Alex, who I believe is Alex Jacob for Life, who gifted me 2 rare draft picks, and from those 2 rare draft picks, I managed to pull the limited edition Mae Young after going through what felt like hundreds of rare draft picks and not being able to pull one. So that was very, very cool. We're going to lock down the Becky Lynch and the Julia, and we're going to go ahead and dust all the rest of these. We don't need any of the other ones. And that's going to give us enough to get into the rare draft board once again. Alex Garner says, "I hope I get Nikki. I am merely trying to stay in the top 10,000. And we're just going to go ahead and dust that solo score. And also, in our rewards, we've got the daily streak, which we don't even know what the daily streak is going to give us this time. It's going to be something very new. It's going to be SummerSlam, I'm sure. We've got 500 free credits, and we've got 5 more rare to draft picks. So let's see what we grab from these. Oh, we've got another reset. This time it is going to be another Charlotte Flair, a Valor Pump It Up. Oh my goodness, we're getting all the resets here. It's another Bailey. A Sika, and last one is Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. And we've got 10 more rare draft picks here. Let's go ahead and get these out of the way. And we'll keep the Bailey, but I think we're going to get rid of the rest, including the Charlotte Flair that we do not need. And let's take a quick look at our combinables and see if we've got anything that we can combine here. We can fortify our Julia into an F3. And we can fortify our Bailey as well. We can also make a Pro Bo Dallas. We're just going to literally do this just for the star. And we can make a Pro Molly Holly, but we might want to keep hold of that. Let's see if we've got any more stars here that we can make. I'm not sure if there is any. Oh! Vol XYZ says, Grand Cat, there's a new redeem code. Give yourself a hand. I didn't even know that. Future Royalty says, Freya Sky greater than EO Sky. Tumbleweed says, hello. Hello, Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed somehow, with that saying hello, managed to get into rank number 2. I don't know how Tumbleweed is now rank number 2, and Future Royalty and Volksy are not. But that's very, very interesting. Right, I didn't realize that there's a new redeem code. So what we're going to do is we're going to very quickly pause just for a second. I'm going to go in, I'm going to claim it, I'm going to make the recording again, we're going to see what the rewards are, and then we're going to come back, and we'll be back in just a second. So bear with me, folks, as we go and grab ourselves the brand new redeem code, which huge shout out to Volksy for that redeem code there. And we'll be back in just a second. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So the code here is give yourself, no, give yourselves, plural, a hand. And we're going to click redeem on that. And, oh, does it have a guaranteed Mae Young hand? 1,923 super coins and 500 backstage tokens. So that is very, very cool. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And success, we have managed to claim it. So everyone go out there and go and claim your own redeem code. That is very, very cool. Baron Void Joy says links are shared. Thank you, Baron. This is very, very cool of you. And you know what? I'm going to pin this message so that everyone can get a look at that brand new code there. And again, huge shout out to Volksy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, for sharing that. And we're just going to pause again for just a brief second while we go back into WWE Supercard. So bear with me once again, folks. And there we are, we're back into the game. And hopefully that should have came through. It did. Let's go ahead and grab this reward, which is very cool. There's our web pack there. And it contains 1,923 super coins. And there is the Mae Young hand. Volksy says, yes, you are saying it right. Not many people say it right. I do try my absolute hardest. So this is absolutely hilarious. So what the context of this Mae Young hand is Mae Young had a on-screen relationship with sexual chocolate Mark Henry, and somehow she gave birth to a human hand on an episode of Raw. It was absolutely disgusting and confusing, but that's what happened, and that is why we have the Mae Young hand, which I suspect gives additional toughness. If you equip it to Mae Young, it's going to give you an additional 17,896 toughness, which is disgusting, to say the least. But that is very, very cool. That is absolutely huge. I had no idea that there was a brand new QR code. So that is very cool. Everyone go claim your hand. Future Royalty, go get your hand as well. It is a pinned message there with a brand new redeem code. So go ahead and all of you jump in there and go and grab that. It's going to give it a tremendous, tremendous boost to your Mae Young. Let's go ahead and take a look at our female Mae Youngs right now. And let's go ahead and attach that equipment. And there you can see it boosts her toughness all the way up to 90,000 immediately. Which is still not enough to get into our top 8 just yet, but that is fine, because we cannot change our top 4 in Last Man Standing, and here is our deck. Our deck is made entirely of 4 left arrows and 4 right arrows for the male, and the females are 2 up arrows and 2 down arrows. So that is very, very cool. Future Royalty says, I'd rather have Freya Sky, not Eosis. Alex Garner says, are all the limited edition Mae Young the same stats? Yes, I believe they are. Of course, I am using the equipment on this Mae Young. But as you can see, they are exactly the same stats. The number does not make any difference to them. It's literally just that one. Future Roll says, I thought you had Stephanie Vicure. Stephanie Vicure, I certainly do. There's Stephanie Vicure right there. That is a Fortified 1 Stephanie Vicure as well as a Battle Pass. Stephanie Vicure. She is my 7th best female, coming in just above Jordan Grace. So now I think we are good and ready. Alec Garner says, what is the point of having numbers on it? Literally, it just tells you how long it took you to get the limited edition card. So this was the limited edition card that I actually pulled off the actual rarity draft board itself, which meant that I was the 27,350th person to get it, but I did manage to get these two a little bit beforehand through playing Fastlane, which cost me 6,500 credits. But however, if we look at the male side, you can see that I was the 1,350th person to complete campaign mode and get this Ultimate Warrior, and I was also the 566th person to claim the Bret Hart from the backstage tokens. So that's literally all the numbers mean. They do not increase or decrease the power of anything. Whereas when it comes to event cards, you can see here our JC Mateo is quite a bit weaker because he's only ranked 5,467, whereas a little bit stronger is our Penta, who is ranked 1,813. So obviously the higher rank you get, the more powerful the little card is if it is a PvP event. But when it comes to limited edition cards, the number doesn't actually mean anything. It's just to indicate which one you are. Isaac says hi. Hello, Isaac. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. And Alex Garner says, thanks to me, you got it off the rare draft board. It was indeed thanks to you, Alex Garner. So thank you once again for that. And now that I think we've done everything, I think we've went over all of the different parts, I think it is now time for us to play a little bit of Last Man Standing. Now, we're currently ranked 6,897. We are not going for a high rank. I have been saying this since the very beginning. I'm not even going to try to be in the top 5,000. All I'm trying to do is be in the top 10,000, because this is the very, very last event before we reach SummerSlam 25 tier. Alex Garner says, I felt bad for you to not have Mae Young yet. It did take an awful long time for me to pull it. It was a disgraceful amount of time, actually. But we managed to get there in the end, and not only did we manage to pull 1, we managed to pull 3 because we got 2 off of Fastlane as well. Now, of course, that did cost me an extra 6,500 credits, but at least we managed to get the Mae Young, and I think it's very, very cool that we also managed to get that free hand equipment, which will help out significantly as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into Last Man Standing, shall we? So we have 4 reveals and 7 blocks, and we are currently in Arena 53. Alex Garner says, the same with Vader for me, it took ages. I think Vader actually got pretty quickly, but the Mae Young, it was just absolutely in refusal. I was actually shocked when I pulled the Mae Young. I was sitting watching a podcast of Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, and some of it was interesting, but it went on far, far, far too long about absolutely nothing. Alex Gardner says my Vader is 28,000. Oh my goodness, that was nearing the end, I believe. So the way that this works is we've got 6 obstacles remaining. We've got 5 lives here. We've got 4 reveals, which we can only use 1 of at a time, and it will reveal 3 obstacles. And we've got 1 block, which you can use to block 1 obstacle. So what we're going to do is we're going to initially play until we hit 2 obstacles. Once we get 2 obstacles out of the way, we can use the reveal to get rid of 3 of them. We can use the block to get rid of a 4th one, and then we can play the rest of the game. So ideally, we want to try and pull these. We want to try and pull these obstacles as quickly as possible. I'm just using the super move here, just as it's the last thing that I need to do in my daily things. We're going to go ahead and press our luck because we don't need 53 points. Isaac says, hi, Grandcat. My Asuka has 97,000 power. That is absolutely huge. That is very, very cool. Okay, that's good. That's 1 obstacle out of the way. That's what we want to see. Ideally, we would like to get the other one as quickly as possible. Now, we have 3 left arrows and 1 right arrow, so we don't want to use our right arrow. We want to save that for tag matches. So instead, we'll use a left arrow. Big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. Isaac says, I got the Mae Young hand. Oh, Isaac has now became number 1 somehow. I have no idea how these rankings work, but congratulations. You have stolen the number 1 slot off of Alex Gardner somehow. And we have a tag team of power. Alex Gardner says, do you think there will be a stat crunch? If there is going to be one, it'll be in Season 12. It won't happen in SummerSlam 25. And even at that, I have no idea. I have no idea indeed. You know what? We're going to use the 2 double heroics here. It says how. Alex Garner saying I don't mind, and Isaac saying hi, Alex. Looks like the chat is beginning to have a conversation with itself, which I am always for. I'm always for the Grand Fleet members conversing. We've also got 41 people in the stream right now. So hello, all of you good old Grand Fleet members out there on the internet. If any of you haven't already, if you click that subscribe button, it helps me an awful lot, and it's entirely free. So if you want to be nice to someone and be nice to a big old Grand Cat, that is how to do it. Clicking that little subscribe button. Also, if you click that like button, it does help share these little videos with more people. And of course, talking in the chat also helps. All helps with the algorithm. Try and get more people out there, try and get more followers into the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, where hopefully I can help you get all of these new goodies. Volksy says, I got very lucky with the Kevin Owens with the rank 1,950, but I got 2 Vaders with rank 20,000 and 40,000 and around 15,000 from Mae Young. Isaac says, good, how about you? He says it's Isaac Alex, by the way. Alex Garner says, okay, sorry, Isaac. Isaac says, Volksy stole my number 1. Oh my goodness. They're being spread around like championships in WWE. In the Attitude Era. Oh my goodness, this is still going. So let's go ahead and tag with our double heroic JC Jaden and our Chelsea Green. I think we're going to go ahead and bank those 530 points because I feel like we will get another. Oh, I was really expecting to see it there, but I think there will be another obstacle happening soon. Isaac says, I followed you since March 2025. My phone speaker broke yesterday, but it's fixed. Oh, well, congratulations on fixing your phone speaker. And if you've been following me since March 2025, I greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate all members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, whether you've been following me for a day or whether you've been following me for 10 years. I appreciate you all with a great amount of gratitude. In a manner befitting Ludwig Kaiser. Or instead of gratitude, I should say catitude. For a big old Grand Cat. Alex Garner says, what is the best credit offer Grand Cat? I actually made a video on that very, very recently. I'm going to go ahead and bank these points. If you have enough money, the best one is... Oh, there we go. I banked at the correct possible point there. So let's go ahead and try the next one first of all. Okay, so that is fine. Isaac says I accidentally just black masked my nephew. Oh no! I hope he's alright. The black mass is nothing to joke about. And that is a straight up Muay Thai roundhouse kick. So Alex was saying what's the best credit offer. If you can afford it, if you go on the WWE Supercard website, for people in the UK, it costs £159.99. It gives you the maximum amount of credits, and it's also the highest amount of credits you get per penny or per cent, depending on where you are. So that is exactly what you need. Isaac says, I forgot to claim. Well, claiming is something that you can do right now because it reset just 45 minutes ago. There is a brand new daily streak underway. There's also a free pack in the W Supercard website store that gives you a 1% chance of pulling the Bret Hart and also gives you 5 rare draft picks and 500 credits. And there's also a brand new redeem code, which is up there that has been pinned. It is give yourself a hand or give yourselves a hand, sorry. Alex Garner says, okay, thanks for the advice. You are very, very welcome. That is what big old Grand Cat does and gives advice. And hopefully it's helpful advice. I don't like giving bad advice. That's not what a Grand Cat wants to do. So from this point onwards, we're just going to go ahead and press our luck the rest of the way. Alex Garner says, we're going to buy the offer for £16. Well, I mean, it's entirely up to you as to how much you want to put into the game. I mean, obviously, me as being a big old Grand Cat, I know that I'm going to be playing for a long, long time. So I was happy to put in a big investment to get a large amount of credits. Alex Garner says, I am buying the max credits. Oh, very expensive. But certainly is worthwhile if you can afford it. Yeah, he says he's going to do it on Thursday. Okay, and that is the last obstacle, which means there are no more obstacles. So, so long as we can win these next 6 matches, then there should be no issues. We're going to use our 2 double heroics, our Andrade and Karrion Kross here. Alex Garner says when the new Battle Pass is out. The new Battle Pass should come out on the same day as SummerSlam 25 drops, which is very, very exciting. I don't think we know who the new Battle Pass card is. If anyone does know what the new Battle Pass card is, then do let me know. I am very, very interested. Also, how is Alex Gardner rating all this and still ranked number 3? How do these rankings work? Isaac says, Monday Night Raw tonight. It is indeed. I'm looking forward to it. It is the last Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam. So I think this is the last chance for any cool shenanigans to happen. Alex Garner says, I'm glad I completed it today. The Battle Pass. Now would be a good time to complete the Battle Pass if you haven't done so already. So let's start with our Chelsea Green, who has 94,000 in speed. Alex says he wants Penta to be at SummerSlam. Does Penta not have a match at SummerSlam? Maybe he doesn't. Or at least maybe he doesn't have one yet. Isaac saying the Chelsea Green. And our last one here, it's going to be Charisma. And we're going to go ahead and use the Ultimate Warrior. Come, my warriors, with the blood red moon and the nonsense. Isaac saying, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, indeed. R.I.P. He was certainly a man of many, many conflicts. But big old Grandcat was a fan of the Hulkster. And I think if you were a fan of someone, that you should not hide and say that, you know, you weren't. I'm well aware that you had some controversial opinions. And I do not agree with any of them. But as a performer, as a icon of the 80s in terms of entertainment, as well as sports entertainment in terms of wrestling, I am certainly still a fan of big old Hulkster. Isaac said, did you get Nikki Bella? Well, the event is still on for an hour and 8 minutes, so hopefully we will get the Nikki Bella. We are currently ranked 6,947. As long as we stay in that top 10,000, we will indeed get the Nikki Bella. So once again, there's 6 more obstacles. We're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to try and hit 2 of these obstacles as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, it's just down to sheer luck as to when we hit them. As Garner says, I'm 7,000 and something. Well, now is an excellent time to play the last hour of Last Man Standing, if you want to do so. Big Grandcat's just getting himself a drink of water. Jai says, I am 424. Should I spend some credits? That's a very, very high rank. It depends on how high you want to try and get your rank up. The only thing I would say is do remember that the new tier, SummerSlam 25, does come on next Wednesday, on this Wednesday, I believe. In a few days, actually. In 2 days even, possibly. Alex Carter says, I would play, but I'm watching your stream. Jai says under 410 or something. That is very, very cool. Being in that top 500 rank is very, very hard to get. It is well earned. I'm going to go ahead and bank those points there because I don't feel like I can get this next one without getting an obstacle. I was able to tell that that was an obstacle. And now let's go for the next one. Hopefully it's an obstacle as well. Dagnammit. Really, you want to try and get those obstacles as quickly as possible. Isaac says, I got another Penta WrestleMania 41 card. I think it's an F2 or an F3. Well, that will certainly help out. Alex Gardner says, my first Last Man Standing card was ranked 9,091. Ah, so you just managed to get in there, the last 1,000 of them. So the reason we're going to bank the points there is because 51 points isn't going to make that much of a difference one way or the other. So we might as well just continue. Once again, we're going to press our luck. Okay, after this one, we will claim our points. Mr. Donut says 200,000 points for rank 6,000 is insane. Yes, I'm almost at 300,000 actually. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. And now, if we can get another one here, then we can actually do this without using our block. Okay, we didn't. Polypot says no news for next tier. Well, next tier is going to be coming out very, very soon. It's going to be coming out, I believe, on Wednesday. The first event for the new tier is going to be Giants Unleashed. And I believe that the first card for SummerSlam 25 is going to be Finn Balor, if I remember correctly. There was a vote for it on the WWE Supercard Discord server. And I believe it was Finn Balor that won. So he should be the first event card of Giants Unleashed. Isaac says, do you think I should spend the 500 coins or save enough for a foil card? If I were you, I would keep the credits until SummerSlam 25 comes out and see what wonderful and interesting things they have for us there. So now we're going to go ahead and use the reveal, and we're also going to use the block. And we're just going to play the rest of these, and we're just going to push our luck the entire way. Alex Gardner says, yeah, it was Finn that won. Alex says K. And let's go for a big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. Alex says, so just save for next year. That's what I would do. Unless you feel that... The reason that I would save for next year is because my deck is already way beyond max rarity at the moment. And of course, I'm going to be looking for new SummerSlam 25 cards when they come out. But at the moment, I'm very, very happy with my deck. Alex says, I have 550 credits from the free pack you get from backstage. Let's go ahead and use Andrade with a Hammerlock DDT. Chris Quilly says hi. Welcome, Chris Quilly. Welcome to the live stream. And also, if you are enjoying it, make sure you click that little like button. It does help with the algorithm. It does help share these little videos with many, many other players. And each one we get... Alex Gardner says, I want Codebreaker back. Each one we get means that there's more subscribers, and the more subscribers, we get more viewers, and the more viewers means that the Grand Cat can give away more prizes. So, it does actually help you in the long run. Isaac says, my life just flashed before my eyes. I tried to jump on my bed, but landed on my neck. It's okay though, oh my goodness. And you just black masked your nephew, I believe. You're not having a good time, it does not sound like. For toughness, let's go ahead and use Stephen William Regal. For he's a man, such a man. Alex Gardner says, what is your favourite event in W Supercard? Giants Unleashed has to be up there because it's something that you can finish really quickly, and I really appreciate events that we can complete quickly so that I can do the rest of my activities. I really don't like PvP events like this that last for 4 days, where you have to be dedicated for a long time to actually get an event card. Giants Unleashed is probably one of my favourites. Ring Domination can be quite nice and easy too. I really like Road to Glory. Road to Glory kind of rewards you for having a strong deck. And I have forgotten the other one. Oh, it's War Games. War Games. War Games is fine. It's a little bit pernickety, but it's fine. And I would say that I appreciate those ones. I like playing against computer more than playing against PvP opponents. That is what big old Grand Cat would say. Isaac says, thanks to the code, I got the Mae Young hand. Congratulations, Isaac. I think it's guaranteed that you get the Mae Young hand. Oh, we managed to go through the entire part of Last Man Standing there with actually using our block. That final The final obstacle is in the bottom left corner. Alex Gardner says it is guaranteed. Chris Quilly said hi twice. Hello, Chris Quilly. Once again. Let's go ahead and use Stephen Regal and Ron the Truth Killings. And there we go. We've got another massive amount of points there. I completed Arena 54. And we're now up at rank 6,700. Aaron Morgan says hello. Hello, Aaron. Welcome. Isaac says, I got a pro Oxan Perez. Alex Gardner says, who would you like the limited edition to be for campaign in SummerSlam 25? Well, I think it would be rather fitting, since we just had Ultimate Warrior for the previous one, and since he just passed away, I would appreciate if there was a limited edition Hulk Hogan. I think that would be a fitting tribute to the Hulkster, especially given that he just passed away, and just in memoriam to how much he's done for the business. I know that not a lot of people like Hulk Hogan. I know there's a lot of people that don't like him, and that it's very, very understandable. He did have some opinionated views, which I disagree with entirely. I don't see there's any need for hate or racism in this world in the slightest. Gonna go ahead and remove the block. But that's my opinion. I would like to see a big old Hulk Hogan. If not Hulk Hogan, there's some other huge names that we could have. The Big Boss Man would be very, very cool. Erwin R. Shyster, maybe the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, would all be cool. We've already had the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. I think we've already had Undertaker. We've already had a Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. And we've also had a limited edition The Rock. Have we had a limited edition Andre? That would be very cool. A limited edition Cody Rhodes would be really, really nice as well. Foggy says, did you redeem the Mae Young code? I did indeed, Foggy. Thank you very much. It's right up there. It's pinned. It's the brand new redeem code right up there. I didn't know about it until I actually started the live stream. Alex Gardner says, I'm off to play Last Man Standing. Well, thanks for coming along, Alex. And I hope you get yourself that Nikki Bella. There's 57 minutes left to play. Aaron Morgan says, I'm 1 star off the Ultimate Warrior in campaign, but my left arrows are so good. Foggy says, oh, I missed that. Well, now is the time to get that campaign mode finished and get that Ultimate Warrior. You don't have very much time left before we move into SummerSlam 25 tier. And when we get into SummerSlam 25 tier, there will be a new campaign and there will be a new limited edition card. There will be the big final boss of that as well. So I'm looking forward to that, as I'm sure many of you are. There's now 7 obstacles on the board. So now what we need to do is hit 3 obstacles before we can do our regular amounts. We've got 2 reveals left and 6 blocks. Let's go ahead and try it. There's 1 obstacle down. That is fantastic. That's what we like to see. Let's try the other side. That's 2 down. We just need 1 more, and then we can clear this entire board. That unfortunately was not it. Isaac says, I hate that people are celebrating Hulk Hogan's death. I'm not sure what side of the board you're on. Do you mean you hate that people are celebrating Hulk Hogan? Or do you mean that your people are celebrating the death of Hulk Hogan? It's very difficult to say there. It could be read either way. And I understand both. I understand, especially if people did not grow up in the 80s or early 90s. You can, Isaac says, look up on Google. If you didn't grow up in the 80s or the early 90s and you didn't really know what Hulkamania was like back in the day when it was around and how huge the Hulkster was, how he was the king of wrestling in general, then you may only know Hulk Hogan for his politicking in the business, his keeping other wrestlers down, his racial things that he said during that sex tape. So Isaac says, do you still do the membership giveaways? I do indeed. In fact, there was 5 of them given away at the beginning of this very video. But, yes, Hulk Hogan is a controversial figure. He is a man. He is not a superhero. He is a man with flaws, and I think that there are certain things that he could have done better in his life. Okay, that is all 3. That's the 3 obstacles we need to see. Let's see if we can hit one more. Okay, we didn't. Aaron Morgan says, I would like to see Ric Flair as the campaign reward. I haven't seen him in the game in ages. That would also be a pretty cool idea. I think WWE was kind of scooting away from Ric Flair after the things came out from the plane ride from hell, when Ric Flair was exposing himself to some poor air stewardesses. So I think that's maybe why we haven't seen much of Ric Flair in recent years. But yes, Ric Flair, again, another huge, huge name. We have 3 left arrows and 1 right arrows. We don't want to go using our right arrow just yet. Let's go ahead and use Steven Regal here. He's got 74,000 speed, which means we should be able to win. We're going to continue to press our luck here. It's going to be a tag match, so let's put in our 2 double heroics, our Ron the Truth Killings and R-Truth. R-Truth and Carrying Cross, sorry. Not Ron the Truth Killings and R-Truth. That would be the same person tagging with himself. That would be very, very strange. And the Ultimate Warrior against Shawn Michaels. Those 2 could have fought each other. They were both around at the same time. That's weird to think about. Menace says, good to be back in a Grand Cat stream. Thank you for coming along, Menace. It's very much appreciated. I always enjoy seeing you and your shenanigans in my chat. Female tag match. Aaron Morgan says, Undertaker would be my top pick, though I can't remember if he's had an Ellie yet. He has. Or for a modern superstar, Big Bronson Reed would be cool. Haven't had Bronson since Feral Tier. Undertaker's had a couple of limited edition cards, actually. He had the American Badass one that was in the Backstage Pass. He had the limited edition Undertaker that you could get from the Graveyard Smasher, which you could get 2 of them. And there was another limited edition Undertaker, I'm sure. But the limited edition Undertakers, they tend to be a little bit interesting looking. They've got like their own special animations. But they are always cool, and Undertaker is a huge, huge name in the business, and of course he's someone that is still loved by the fans. He is someone that hasn't went out of his way to kind of ruin his credibility in the same way that many other legends of the past have somehow done. This one's going to be speed and charisma. I think we're going to go with Ivar. It's going to be against CM Punk. Let's continue to press our luck. It's going to be toughness and speed. Ah, well, there's no one tougher than big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. I tell you what. And that's the bottom line, son. Because Stone Cold said so. And then, of course, in terms of speed and charisma, he has the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever shall be. The excellence of execution. We are talking about Bret the Hitman Hart. And now female power. Well, I think it has to be Asuka. Because nobody's ready for Asuka. Isaac says, the Grand Cat, I would like to see a Braun Breaker limited edition. I think I would like to see Braun Breaker become a world champion before we see him as a limited edition. I think I would rather see someone the likes of Big Gunther or Seth freaking Rollins. That would be cool. Cody Rhodes. We've already had a limited edition Roman Reigns, of which I didn't pull any. Freaking sucks. Still annoyed about it. Um, but after Bray Wyatt passed away, we had a limited edition Bray Wyatt, and after Kevin Owens announced that he was injured, and I think he's trying to rehabilitate himself, but I think there's also a possibility that he might not be returning. We got the limited edition Kevin Owens, so I think it would be very, very appropriate if the limited edition card that we got was Hulk Hogan. But that, of course, depends on whether WWE Supercard are willing to put a Hulk Hogan card into the game after the controversy that came out with the big old Hulkster. Isaac says they should do a Jey Uso limited edition, as he hasn't had one since WrestleMania 40 tier. We have had the Jey Uso Battle Pass card. There we go. The objective is complete for Super. Aaron Morgan says, I can't remember where I saw it, but I think someone said that SummerSlam is the last rarity before the new season. You did indeed see that, and it was me. It was Big Ol' Grandcat that announced that SummerSlam 25 is going to be the last tier of Season 11 before we go into Season 12, and Season 12 should start with possibly 3, 4, or even 5 brand new tiers at the same time to give everyone a level playing field. Ninad says limited edition of Bailey. What to say? Bailey would be very cool. Yeah, we could see a few more limited editions of females. We've had the limited edition of Liv Morgan, of course, Mae Young, Trish Stratus, and I'm sure there's another one that I'm missing, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. But I think there is. I also wouldn't mind seeing a limited edition of Lita or China. Of course, legends of the female wrestling world. Those would be very, very cool indeed. Nina said EO2. Yes, EO Sky was the one that I was forgetting. Isaac says, wait, the Grand Cat Season 12 is when? That should be happening towards the end of the year, certainly, but it will be happening this year. It should be directly after SummerSlam. SummerSlam 25 tier finishes. So I think SummerSlam 25 tier is going to last for certainly more than 4 weeks, possibly 6, 7, 8 weeks. And then once that finishes up, we are going to be into the brand new Season 12, which is going to be very, very exciting. We're going to get 5 tiers, 6 tiers, 7 tiers, 8 tiers, all at the same time. Who only knows? Dara Kennedy says, I'd say October. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, good sir. I have not seen those combination of letters in a row before. I think it's Dara. And let's continue to press our luck. The daily quest has been complete. There's no more obstacles. We just have to beat these 5 last one. And the 2 real-life good friends, Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, Bret Hart was the legend that helped Stone Cold Steve Austin get his push to the top with that very, very famous WrestleMania 13 match called the Blood from the Stone match, which is the one where there was the double turn where Stone Cold Steve Austin turned face and Bret the Hitman Hart turned heel, which is a very, very cool match. Very, very significant in the pantheons of WWE. Dara Kennedy says, smashing pronunciation. Thank you, good sir. Nanad says, I got the May limited edition. Congratulations. Very, very cool. We'll continue reading the rest of those in just a second after I complete this game. Isaac says, I can't wait until Wednesday for the SummerSlam 25 tier. Yes, it's going to be quite something. I'm very, very excited as well. Dara says, any idea on the new tier names? I don't think that even Cat Daddy has any ideas of what the new names are going to be for Season 12. I think the only one that we need to worry about is SummerSlam 25, which is the one that's immediately in front of us. Menace says, hopefully going to be getting my highest rank ever in the top 200 of this Last Man Standing. My goodness, top 200 is very, very difficult to get, so congratulations, Menace. Aaron Morgan says, I have a feeling SummerSlam rarity will drag on, especially with all the free credits and rare draft picks they're giving out right now that people will be saving. Yes, I think SummerSlam 25 could be a long tier, and I am all for having a long tier. I think that we went through a whole bunch of tiers that no one really had enough time to enjoy. I have actually been enjoying the unhinged tier, even though it did have a very, very rocky start, which, if you've seen my videos, you will know my opinions on that. But overall, it did become a very, very good tier, and I really enjoyed it by the end. Let's see. Ninad says, I got 10,000 backstage things. Should I go for a Hitman plus shades? I also have 10,000 credits, and I have not went for the shades. I'm going to keep hold of them in case another big special limited edition card comes around. That's what I'm planning on doing. But it's entirely up to you whether you feel you need the shades or not. Isaac says, is it Wednesday or Thursday for the SummerSlam tier? Honestly, I cannot remember. I think it's going to be Wednesday, but it could very well be Thursday. The thing is, Thursday night is when Giants Only should start, which means that the SummerSlam 25 tier will definitely have happened before that event begins. Ninad says new tier is in 47 hours. Oh, that's very, very cool. It's very, very soon, actually. Isaac says unhinged tier has been a thing for 4 months. I don't think we've been around for 4 months in unhinged tier, have we? That seems a bit too long. 2 months at least, but not 4. 4 would be crazy. 4 is like a third of a year. Mena says long tiers are so much better in my opinion. Makes the cards you acquire, like heroics and ranked cards, stack up, and using a full high tier deck in Road to Glory feels so satisfying. And Takito says my rank is 7,085, and congratulations Takito on winning one of the Grand Cat memberships. You got that right at the beginning of the stream, so congratulations to you. That gives you access to over 100 exclusive videos of the Big Old Grand Cat channel, and also gives you access to exclusive Grand Cat emojis in the chat. And this is our last one here. Let's go ahead and use our speed and charisma for the Ultimate Warrior and Ron Truth Killings. Takto says thanks. You're very welcome, Takto. And there we go. We have managed to complete another arena. Arena 55. As you can see, I've been playing very, very casually this Last Man Standing. As I said from the very beginning, I am not going for a high tier. I am only going to try and get the Nikki Bella from being in the top 10,000. And let's go ahead and dust those cards. Isaac says you lost your 6,517 spot. You're at 6,617. Quick look. Says that I'm at rank 6,635. But if we go out and we go back in, it should give us the real rank. There you go, we're at rank 6,265. Now, let's see. Isaac says it started in May, I think. Let's see here. May, June, July. Yes, 2 months. That sounds about right. Aaron Morgan says, I'm guessing there will be another limited edition in the new SummerSlam event / game mode coming. In campaign mode, there will, absolutely. Dara Kennedy says, everyone know the new locker code? Yes, it is pinned right there at the top of the chat. Ninad says, I ain't on Discord. Who won vote between Finn Balor and AJ Styles for first SummerSlam event card? It was indeed Finn Balor. Isaac says, you lost your 6,517 spot. You're at 6,617. Well, we've managed to get ourselves back to 6,265. And Aaron Morgan says, what title changes do you think we will see at SummerSlam? I think Jade only. Well, I will do an entire SummerSlam prediction video, which I don't think the predictions are up yet, are they? No, the prediction video is not available yet, but once that does go up, I will make a video of it, and I will discuss all the matches in SummerSlam, and I will discuss what I think is going to happen with the storylines, and I am fairly good at being able to guess some of these. However, as I am a big old grandcat, I am known to be incorrect once or twice, and my goodness, we've been playing so much, the computer thinks that we are a computer, that we are AI, because we have been doing so much. That's why that comes up. So there are still 7 obstacles remaining, which means we need to hit 3 obstacles before we are allowed to finish up. We've only got 1 reveal and 5 blocks left. But actually, just remember, before we do any more than that, let's jump into our rewards. Into Reward Mania. And we are going to throw 6 coupons to try and get this Pro Cody Rhodes. Of course, we've got 1 Cody Rhodes, but we don't have a Pro of him yet. So if we get Pro, that would be very, very cool indeed. And Ninad says, great, I am one of the top members of the Finn fan base since forever. Will even spend if it means I get him heroic prod. Isaac says, I tried to get him, I put my 6 tokens in. Yes, of course, you do have a chance of pulling this Cody Rhodes. And 1% of all the total entries will be able to get him. And the next one is going to be, of course, a big old Stone Cold Steve Austin, son. And Reward Mania is going to be on for another 1 day and 22 hours. Of course, the last 24 hours are all going to be about the limited edition Mae Young. So now let's jump right in once again. Mary says, for sure want a double heroic Finn in the new tier. Isaac says, I'm 0-10 right now in getting that. Oh my goodness. The only way that I managed to get myself the Cody Rhodes was spending that 9,500 credits on that one big special pack. It was very, very expensive. So we've got 38 minutes left on Last Man Standing. And I think we're doing okay in terms of Last Man Standing. Jason Voorhees says, howdy. Hello, Jason Voorhees. Welcome. I recognize you from my Discord server. Ned says, I guess after Austin, it'll be a final chance of May limited edition with a 99 to put in. It could very well be, but there might be enough time for 1 or 2 other things to go in there. Male tag team. I guess we'll go with a Steven William Regal and we'll go with Andrade. We shall press our luck once again. For this one, we'll go with the Bret the Hitman Hart. It says, I'm sad I can't get the Mae Young. At least I got the hand. Well, you can still pull the Mae Young off of the rare to draft board. Okay, that's 2 of the obstacles. We just need 1 more. And then we can win the rest of these without worrying. Ninad says hand. Yes, indeed. There is a redeem code right up there, pinned at the top of that chat, that gives you a special equipment. This is a special Mae Young hand. As it has revealed the code once again there. Jason Vortis is still trying to get that Mae Young. If you get the hand card, it gives additional toughness when used on Mae Young, so well worth grabbing that free hand that is available right now. Okay, finally we got the 3rd obstacle. That's what we needed to see. Can we get a 4th one here? No, we cannot. So this one's going to be speed and charisma. Let's go ahead and use our carrying cross here. Isaac says, can't get the heroic one from Last Man Standing. You? What? I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Ninat says, I need one freaking star for the limited edition Ultimate Warrior. Getting that last one is the hardest one. Someone's going to be a male solo. Let's put in Ultimate Warrior. Aaron Morgan says, I have 14,000 backstage tokens. The only thing I've ever bought from there was a single penta from backstage PLE because that image is superb. I never actually bought that one. So you have an image that the big old Grand Cat does not have. Congratulations. This is very rare. Menace says, what do you think of the Nikki portrait pack? Is it up? Isaac says it's gone. What? Wait, there was a portrait pack and it's gone? No way. I shall need to take a look at that in a moment. I didn't think the portrait pack would be up just yet. You know what? We're actually going to walk out of here right now. Let's take a look at the store. There is a portrait pack. Oh, that's very cool. And it is a very old image of Nikki Bella. The sale ends in 22 hours and 34 minutes. That is possibly the earliest Nikki Bella image we've ever had. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, because that is the only way to get these portraits. So there we go, there's a portrait Nikki Bella. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that as well. And we also got a Royal Rumble 25 Bray Wyatt to go with it. But of course, I was just after the Nikki Bella. Thank you for pointing out that there was the portrait pack. I didn't think it was out yet. It was hidden amongst all this other stuff. I only took a look at the top part there. Also, it looks like the 100 cachet case is 10% off, so it's now only 8,550 to get the Cody Rhodes. But yes, that is very, very cool indeed. Jason Vorses says, I have 16,000 backstage tokens, but not using them until the new tier. Yes, in fact, actually, it might even be worth keeping them until the new season, until the brand new Season 12. Now, let's get back to this. We've only got 33 minutes left. Aaron Morgan says you can get that penta image from the case grab pack, but he's quite hard to pull right now, but it should be easier in a few tiers' time. Yes, it always is. Ninad says, I got 3 stars on level 84 with Fatu and Shaq with their equipment, tag team with Naomi, all Charisma Sport, and Lyra Valkyria with the WrestleMania shirt, all Charisma, and Maurice F3 and Ivar in second Shaq super move. Isaac says, wait, you can? Yes, I did indeed get the brand new portrait pack. Okay, let's go ahead and use Ivar here for power and toughness. We shall continue to press our luck. And now, big old Stone Cold Son. We've got a tag team here. Let's go ahead and use our Ivar and our Carrying Cross. And we're going to press our luck. Menace says, what's your main One Piece TCG deck? Mine is Blackbeard. Well, depends on what you mean by main. My favorite deck is Shanks. Shanks is my favorite character in all of One Piece. So I was very, very happy to have a Shanks deck. And I really do enjoy playing that Shanks deck. Whenever you see me use it, it is a real treat for myself. But what is my best deck? That is a little bit harder to answer. The blue-purple Luffy is pretty powerful. I also really like playing the purple-black Luffy. I prefer playing purple-black Luffy to playing the blue-purple one. Isaac says, what's TCG? That stands for Trading Card Game. You also get CCG, which is Collectible Card Game. And you also get OCG, which some people translate as Original Card Game or Oriental Card Game. But they are all just card games that we play. Like with Yu-Gi-Oh!, the OCG is the original Japanese game, which has a different ban list to the English ban list. and also has different cards than what the English one does. So it's actually a very different game from TCG. Very, very similar in many ways, but also very, very different because there's differences between them. And we're into the last 30 minutes now. Nina says, the level I'm stuck on is level 70 because my male deck has no one with power. Cody Punk Austin, all F3, then a base Champa F3, can get more than 1 star without super move. Isaac says, where did Alex go? I have no idea. Nina says, so it's technically women tough, normal win, and 1 male tag win with super move, but 1 losing makes 2 stars on level 70 and 2015, 2016 overall. Okay, that was the last obstacle. So these are the last 2 that we need to do. It says, do you use equipment cards in that? Menace says, Shanks is definitely a cool deck. I played it for a while. It is very, very cool. It is both rush and it's also defensive, which is very, very nice to have. Go ahead and use both of our double heroics here. This is carrying Cross and Andrade versus Kane and Alistair Black. And our last match here is going to be Steven Regal with Stone Cold Steve Austin against Tank Ledger and The Undertaker. And there we go, Arena 56 has been completed. Many says, I will say though, I hope they ban Gum Gum Giant on the ban list. For sure, it's getting frustrating to play against. I honestly think the Gum Gum Giant's the only thing that's keeping the blue-purple Luffy deck alive, if I'm honest. I think without that, the blue-purple Luffy deck would really, really need to change out a lot of its cards. So we are out of our reveals. So let's go over here to the store and we'll claim our free pack. That will give us 1 block and 1 reveal and an additional 2 credits. Very, very generous. We've got 11 there, which is not quite enough. Isaac says, claim your daily streak. I have indeed. I've already claimed it. We got our 10 draft picks. So this is 3, 4, 7, 9. Dara Kennedy says, I'm on Arena 68 and the obstacles have jumped from 8 to 12. Is that normal? It is indeed. That is where you're now allowed to use 2 reveals and 2 blocks on every single match. Isaac says, did you claim the Bret Hart thing? I did indeed. We have already had our 500 credits and our 5 free rare to draft picks. Thank you, Isaac, for reminding me of all of the daily little things that we can do. So let's go ahead and continue playing. We need to hit 3 obstacles before we can continue to win all the rest of our matches. So this first one's going to be Power and Charisma. We're going to go ahead and use Asuka here. Mena says, can't get any more reveals currently. Sat at ranks 165. My fate is with the Supercard gods. My goodness. There's still 26 minutes left remaining. Male solo, interesting. We've got 3 right arrows, so let's go ahead and use Andrade. Christo says, yo, welcome Christo. Jason Vorra says, wish I had time to do Last Man Standing, but I don't. Isaac says, Menace, you're lucky I got rank 100,000. It is not luck, he has put in the effort to try and get into that top 200 slot, which is not an easy thing to do. Ninad is still trying to win that Ultimate Warrior. Maybe they'll be able to get this Ultimate Warrior on this live stream. That'd be very, very cool. Crystal says, I'm 30,000th place. Should I sweat my butt off for 3 platinum packs? It depends on whether you want the Nikki Bella or not. That is what it all comes down to. Menace says, been a massive grind this time. Quadruplers did help though at the start. Isaac says, I hate Last Man Standing. I like campaign better. I certainly prefer any single player modes rather than PvP modes. I also hate that it's 4 days. Why can't WWE Supercard make this 2 days? That would make it much, much nicer. Okay, that's 2 obstacles down. We still need to hit 1 more obstacle before we can happily complete this without any cause of concern or worries about obstacles. The sooner that we find one, the better. So you have 2 left arrows, 1 right arrow, and I'm not sure what Steve is. Steve is also a left arrow, so let's go ahead and use Steven Regal here. Isaac says, people over there, what's up? If you hear me, stand up and say what's up, 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 what's up. If you can get with this, then you can get with that. But you better get with this, because this is where it's at. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up. Actually, I'm quite fond of the tag team of Miz and R-Truth, where they did the remix that was exactly the same, apart from they changed what's up to you suck. It's like Miz and R-Truth coming out and both doing the rap, and it's like, people over there, you suck. If you hear me, stand up and say you suck. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. And that's what's up. If you can get with this, then you can get with that. You better get with this, because this is where it's at. You suck. Silliness. Isaac says, imagine Penta becomes Ron Killing's tag partner at SummerSlam. That would be very interesting. Jason Voorhees says, crazy, I ended up with only 11 Titans. I was Stone Cold card 1 short from finishing. Crystal says, I'm in Arena 11. I don't think I am getting Bella at the moment. Just got through a duel in WrestleMania 41 campaign. They're kind of struggling, so I'm going to try and get the Ultimate Warrior. Kane Cooley says, ah yes, the wrestling. Kane, welcome to the stream. Kane is one of Big Ol' Grandcat's old tag partners, of which we won many, many events a long, long time ago as part of Team Illuminati, which is very, very cool to see you again, Kane. Isaac says, I think it's Ron Killings versus Miz or Ron Killings versus Aleister Black. Jay Satu says, W content man, thank you. You are very welcome, good sir. Do make sure that you claim your free redeem code. It is right up there, right at the top. It is pinned message. And we are going to, within the next 20 minutes, finish off this one very quickly. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time for another one or not. I just realized we have got almost 50 people watching right now. If any of you are new, if you could click that subscribe button, it would make the Grand Cat very, very happy. It is entirely free. Isaac says, I like your content, Za. You make me grind on coins and get unhinged cards. Well, you're very, very welcome, good sir. I'm glad that I am helping you. Oh, Kane Cooley says, still trying to sort the next work trip to Glasgow to come an extra day and see you. That would be very cool, Kane. It would be very cool to see you once again. Ninad says, number 2598 Ultimate Warrior, thanks to whoever told me about the hand. Ah, well done, Ninad. You managed to get it from this very stream. That is very cool. I suppose the one that told you about the hand was technically me, by proxy of running this stream. That's where you found it. It is Volksy that was the one that initially posted it up. So big shout outs to him. Put an Ultimate Warrior here. Isaac says, I think I did, if not Zad did. Volksy was the first one. He is the one that has the pinned comment right at the top. But Isaac did repeat the comment. We'll put in the tag match of Karrion Kross and Britt the Hitman Hart here. Got 4 more games to go and 19 minutes left in Last Man Standing. Ninad says, thanks, sir. I was irritated because I was stuck since there was a week and we only had 2 days before it changed to unhinged base F3. I would have missed it by 1 star. Jasu says, it's the Mae Young hand. Isaac says, you're welcome, Ninad. And let's go ahead and use our Lyra Valkyria here. We've got 2 matches left to go. Here is our Asuka. And there's still 19 minutes. We've got realistically enough time to do 1 more. Let's go ahead and use Steven Regal. But of course we are missing... We are missing a reveal. So I think you all know what that means. And if you don't know what that means, then you are in for a treat, I would say. This is part of the Grand Card experience that people really enjoy. So we're going to need a reveal if we're going to play that one. And in order to get that reveal, we're going to go over to the store. We're going to go to our free pack. And together, all of us are going to watch an ad. And what horrible, horrible ad will it give us this time? Yes, I would like to watch an ad. Oh, it's White Out Survival. Okay. I have not downloaded this game, but I do enjoy it. And then we're going to take on as many polar bears as we possibly can. Let's go, take out all those polar bears. Yeah, keep going. Go on, wreck those polar bears. Look at all that meat that we're managing to accomplish here. Oh my goodness, we practically did it. Normal little character ends up getting destroyed. Good, now we can take these cooked meats and we can hand them out. Okay, good. Now I can start up another cashier over here. We're too short. My goodness. Okay, we've managed to accomplish that. You know what, we can already click this little close button here. Okay, we've got our reveal. That one wasn't so bad. Now we've got 16 minutes and 30 seconds left. We're currently at rank 6016. So once again, we want to try and hit 3 obstacles as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and use Andrade here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bank our points after this one. Let's see if we can make it into the top 6,000. Isaac says I bought popcorn. Male tag team of charisma. I will read the comments in just a little moment, everyone. Just doing this last part. We are now over 50 people watching at the same time. That is very, very cool. Let's go ahead and bank those points. Female tag team of toughness. Man, we are getting very, very low down without hitting any of these obstacles. It is absolutely crazy. I haven't seen anything quite like this in a while. Let's go ahead and use Stone Cold. This is incredible to not see any obstacles this far in. Let's go ahead and bank those points. Okay, that's what we want to see. We want to see one more obstacle. Okay, we're going to bank after this one. So there's 5 obstacles remaining, and we've got 10 spaces left. Oh my goodness. There's now more obstacles than there are spaces. Okay, that one is fine. Yeah, I suppose we better use the reveal. So we can get 3 matches here, which is not very much at all. Isaac says Za. And now it's 50-50 as to whether this is the obstacle or not. It was not. We use our Bret the Hitman Hart to take on Mark Henry. Oh, there isn't another obstacle. And Ultimate Warrior will finish that one off. So we still have 11 minutes and 15 seconds left in the event. So we're now down to just over the last 10 minutes. Our current rank is 6,018. I'm not sure if we'll make it into the top 6,000 or not. Let's go ahead and dust all those cards. Now let's see what our current actual rank is. So we're currently ranked 5,877 with 10 minutes remaining. Now, we don't have any reveals left, and there's only 9 minutes remaining, so let's just try and see how far we can get, shall we? Let's go ahead and activate our block. Isaac said hi. Hello, Isaac. Okay, let's hope that this next one is not an obstacle. Okay, we're going to claim. We're going to bank our points now. 590 of them. Going to go ahead and use Asuka here on this one. We'll tag our heroics Andrade and Canyon Cross once again. Let's bank the points there. I don't feel confident about not hitting another obstacle. Sometimes you can tell. Male tag team of Ron Killings and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I believe we're down to the last 7 minutes. So now, if anyone wants to grind, now is your time to do so. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and claim the points after this one. Another 590 points there, right at the end. And we've got it at the exact correct moment. I think I'm going to bank these points as well, because we still have 4 obstacles remaining here. Dang it. Okay, there's only 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Okay, there's 2 obstacles remaining, and we only have 1 left. So if we hit 1 obstacle, that is us. We are done. We are indeed cooked. And the arena is not yet ready. They will be ready in 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and the event ends in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. So I think that is us officially done with Last Man Standing. And now it's just a case of waiting out the last 5 minutes and seeing what reward we get in the end. Will we manage to get into the top 6,000? Only time will tell. Let's go ahead and dust these cards. And of course, if we click play, it tells us we can't do it. So in 4 minutes and 43 seconds, Last Man Standing will finish. It says we're ranked 5,889. Let's see if that is actually true. Let's try reloading it. And our true rank is 5,884. So can we manage to stick in the top 6,000? Let's see what rewards we should be getting if we manage to stick in there. So we are 5,884, which means that if we're between rank 5,832 and 6,471, this is the stats of the Nikki Bella that we should be getting. So she should have, for myself, 24.29 thousand in speed, 26.09 thousand in toughness, 30.59 thousand in charisma, and 31.49 thousand in power. And of course, our finisher is the Rack Attack 2.0. So now is the time for me to go through and read the chat. Also, as an added bonus, since we are still streaming, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to stream for, my voice is getting a little bit tired, but if anyone wants to use one of the little super chats, if you want to show your support for the big old Grand Cat, you want to use a super sticker or a super chat or whatever, I will then look at your deck, your cards on WWE Supercard, and we can show them all off on the live stream on camera. So if you want to see your own deck right here on the stream, you only have to do the absolute minimum amount of a super chat in order to get those. There's Tacto with a little Grand Cat sticker as well. Of course, if you become a member, I will also take a look at your deck and you can show it off. All of your special One Piece, or your special One Piece cards, your special limited edition 3 Supercard cards will be shown right here on this stream. Now let me just go ahead and go back just a little bit and we'll see where it was that I missed off the end of the chat. Let's see here. Isaac says, remember when the fans would troll Kurt Angle and say you suck? Yes, he was very, very well known for that. Crystal says, so when's today's Raw episode? It will be airing in the UK at 1 AM. So it will be airing in 3 hours from now. And Nana says, didn't they used to do a 5-6 card reveal 2 days before the new tier drop? They may very well still do that. Sometimes they take a little bit of time when doing that. But I think they might be waiting for Last Man Standing to finish before they get people excited about the new event. Crystal says, thanks bro, got to fire up the pirate website. Oh no. I presume that he is referring to One Piece and not pirating any kind of wrestling videos. Isaac says, can you buy a pack from the Supercoin store to try and get the Penta once? I do not feel like wasting my money or credits on doing that. I would rather just wait for the new tier to come out. Ninad says, the pro image of the Backlash special editions are crazy. Even the animation is super dope. Yes, I've got the pro Backlash Dominic Mysterio, and that is very, very cool. It says I bought popcorn. Anyone wants some popcorn? Menace says, hoping for another Fire Battle Pass image on Wednesday. Yes, I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. Roger Haig says, you play better than I do. That's why you are the Grandeur Cat. Thank you, Roger. Although I don't think I play better than anyone. I think I am just dedicated, I suppose, is what you could say. Isaac says, so are you in Glasgow or whatever you call it? It is called Glasgow, and I am indeed in Glasgow. Glasgow is the home of the big old Grand Cat. Roger says, I managed to get 17,000. I didn't play much searching for the May bloody Young. Yes, I was also searching for that May Young, and it was atrocious. And we have our... I do not know how to pronounce your name, good sir, but it says, what's up? Isaac says, Za. Crystal says, campaign, more like campaign. Yes, I've felt that as well. I went through 3 arenas in the last 2 days just for the limited edition Ultimate Warrior. Very cool. That is very, very dedicated. Brandon Hall says, I got Mae Young, but I got 1 Mae Young, but that's it. 2 of my Mae Youngs came from playing Fastlane. 1 of them I pulled off the rare draft board. Isaac says, I'm almost at 25 tokens. Roger says, I pulled an F2 Fatu and then a special edition Macho Man. I managed to gold 2 gold rewards from Reward Mania, I see. Crystal says, what phone are you streaming on? Honestly, I can't remember the name of this phone. Isaac says hi. Hello, Isaac. Welcome. Brandon Hall says, you play Forza and WWE Supercard. That's the only 2 games I play. I don't play Forza. I am aware that it's very, very popular. It's a racing game, I believe. It is on Xbox, or the Xbone, as I like to call it, the Xbox One. But no, I've never really played Forza. I've never really been into any racing games. I am not a particularly good driver. I am much more into my fighting games, like some Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and so on and so forth. And I like my games that have a lot of lore in them. And that is the kind of things that I go for. I'm not particularly into racing games. The last racing game that I was particularly good at was Mario Kart. Katie Bain. Oh my goodness, I just lost the chat. Katie Bain says, dude, I was top 1,000 and got booted to 11,000 and can't get my score up. Used 20,000 credits. You got booted to 11,000? And you can't increase your score even though you use 20,000 credits? That sounds like an issue that you should maybe bring to the developer's attention, to support's attention, if that is correct, because that does not sound very, very correct at all. Brandon Hall says, going to be close. Roger Haig says, Kitty Bain, I'm sorry to hear that. That happened to me a few times too. Really? This is some kind of issue that I am not aware of. Isaac says, I made popcorn so I can have a snack while watching this. It's entertaining. Well, I hope that I am entertaining you, good sir. That is what the big old Grand Cat is here for. Kirsten says, Katie Bain, yeah, same thing happened to me on the Mateo Last Man Standing card. Really? People are spending credits and their rank isn't going up? I have never heard of this before. It sounds like an actual issue. Roger Haig says, I don't like how Last Man Standing pulls that kind of jazz. It's not right, they should hold your spot. Well, they can't hold your spot because you're competing against other actual humans across the world. So as your rank goes, as their ranks go up, your ranks go down. That is unfortunately just the way that it works when people overtake you in the point system. Takato says, Grand Cat. Roger Haig says, you demand, Grand Cat. Rex Cranium is my username. Ah, okay. Crystal says, what's One Piece, JK? Well, One Piece is a bathing suit. Takato says, I never knew you went to Japan. I did. I had an entire lovely trip over to Japan. There's a whole bunch of videos that you now have access to watch because you are one of the Grand Cat members. Eagle says, hey, I'm rank 25. Rank 25 is huge. Absolutely huge. Congratulations, Eagle. You want to stay and grab that rank. Menace says rank 175. Crystal says, Eagle, congrats, bro. Dara Kennedy says, finished 1,400. Happy with that. Someone says, Eagle, how much do you spend? Takato said hi. Hello, Takato. Hiccup says hi. Hello, Hiccup. I have seen you in all of the How to Train Your Dragon movies. They are very, very good movies. Eagle says around 4k, around 4,000 credits. Well, that's actually not bad to get into the top 25. I spent significantly more than that to get the Seth freaking Rollins at rank 68. Christopher Bennett says, my rank is 6,080. Same. card as you. Ah, yes, we did indeed get the same card. Sounds about right. My rank is 1,963. The Messiah SC says, "Hey, the Grand Cat, how are you doing, my friend? Good job on getting Nikki." Thank you, Messiah. It's very good to see you once again. Messiah says, "My final rank was 35. My goodness, 35 is absolutely huge." Isaac says, "I'm in Los Angeles." Dara Kennedy says, "Giants is a lovely event for the new tier." Someone says, "I love Giants, it's the best." Eggy234 says, "Got a rank of 8,340. Not quite what I wanted, but I played late and I just wanted the card." Menace says, "I spent 11,000-ish for a rank of 176. And Isaac says, "I've never gotten an event card." Oh, we will need to change that at some point, Isaac. So, says here that our rank is 5,848, 5,884. Let's see if we will retain that. Let's go back out, exit, and go back in. And we now change to 5,942. Still in the top 6,000, but that could change over the next few minutes. So we'll see if we do manage to retain in the top 6,000. In the meantime, Team Ring Domination has now started. And you can see here that our unhinged rewards are now underway. But what we need to do is we need to go into the team here. And we're going to look at our deck. We're going to edit this. We're going to take the female and we're going to make it as weak as possible. We're going to put in BFAB. We're going to take our manager. We're going to put in our weakest manager, and we're going to put in our weakest of these as well. And we're going to leave in our strongest cards there, which is going to be Stone Cold and Ultimate Warrior. However, I think it may actually be Ultimate Warrior and Bret the Hitman Hart now. So those two are going to jump in instead. And what that does is that makes it easier for us to lower the deck a little bit later on. So let's take a quick look at the unhinged Team Ring Domination. So our first card is going to be 10 crystals, which we do not need. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, but someone in the team has managed to get the Pro Cody Rhodes, which is very, very cool indeed to see. So let's go ahead and we'll throw in Ethan Page over here to the bottom left corner. And now we're going to have Jacob Fatu take out a million beagles. Jason Voorhees says, "Giants Unleashed is my favourite." Roger says, "I love your channels, Grand Cat. Your content is very entertaining and great new tricks provided." Why, thank you, Roger. That is very, very polite of you. It's very, very nice. And it means a lot to the big old Grand Cat. The Messiah SC says, "I'm excited for SummerSlam tier. Are you streaming when it comes out?" I think I could do that. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea, Messiah. Dara Kennedy says, "Am I right in saying Finn Balor is the event card for next week?" Didn't they put out a poll? They did indeed. Yes, Finn Balor is going to be the first event card for SummerSlam 25 tier. Isaac says, "I almost got an event card, like when it was Codebreaker. When it was still around, I was 1 point off." My goodness. Derek Kennedy says, "Yes, the heroic card is Finn Balor." Taketo says, "How can I join your team?" I'm glad you asked. If you want to join the Big Old Grand Cats team, in the description of this video, you'll see a link to my Discord server. Once you get into my Discord server, simply say, "Hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat and I would like to join your team." And someone from the team, someone from Team the Grand Cat NXT will get you into the team. And from there, if you work hard and stay around for long enough, you will eventually get yourself up to Soul World Order, which is the home of the Grand Cat. Menace says, "I must have been super lucky. My Cody is F2. My goodness, I still have not even pulled a Pro Cody. I only have a singular one, which I needed to pull the foil Stone Cold Steve Austin. Our reward this time is 5 more crystals. Oh my goodness, these are terrible. So we've got 2 right arrows, 2 left arrows, and 2 up arrows. not the best we've ever had. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one here. And it says I almost joined the Grand Cat NXT, but it let me open the page, but it said I had a VPN, but it was off. Very unusual. If you ask some of the other members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, perhaps they can help you out with that. But Discord is, of course, a requirement for joining the Big Ol' Grand Cats team. Now I can't win a perfect game anymore because of that. Very rude. If anyone gets their Nikki Bella rewards, do let me know. And I will go ahead and see if my rewards are ready as well. As it says, what is your rank? Hopefully still in the top 6,000. That's where we were just a little bit beforehand. And there we go, a perfect game. Christopher Bennett says, it takes 1 hour to come in. Mena says, my dream Battle Pass card would be the Fiend, with the Fiend title image around his neck like his entrance. Oh, that's pretty cool. Christopher says, how you get Nikki? Well, you had to have played in the Last Man Standing. Isaac says, I got the limited edition Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes from Dual Card. Takato says, my final rank is 6,209. Oh, we're very close to each other, Takato. There we go, we have our first shard, which was an Eddie Guerrero. We have no draft picks available at the moment. However, let's go ahead and go up here to our daily streak. And we'll claim our rare to draft pick. We're keeping those 100 objective rewards for the brand new SummerSlam 25 tier. IH Gaming, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, says congrats on the 3 Mays, bro. Thank you very much. They were very, very difficult to get, but we ended up getting them in the end, which I'm very, very pleased with. Isaac says I got the limited edition Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. What limited edition Cody Rhodes? Is there a limited edition Cody Rhodes that I wasn't aware of? I'm gonna look him up. Christopher says, yo, welcome. Iad Gaming says, I was the first one to comment for you to get them from Fastlane, bro, if you check the comments. I have been very, very lazy at checking the comments recently because I've been very, very busy recently. But I do try and get around to them. I try and check my comments roughly once a week. Alright, okay, so it's the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, not Cody Rhodes, of course. So the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. What was the limited edition, Cody? Is there a limited edition Cody that I'm not aware of? That I didn't get? Isaac says from the dual tier? From the dual tier? This is the only one I've got that's Cody Rhodes from dual tier. Am I missing something? Tagato says it was random getting a new Mae Young card before SummerSlam Rarity. Well, yes, there's always a limited edition card right before the new tier comes. Ayad Gaming says, what does the new redeem code give, bro? It gives you a Mae Young hand, which you can equip to Mae Young to give an extra amount of toughness. Ayad says the dual one. Ayad Gaming says foil roads. Jamie Williams says hi. Hello, Jamie Williams. Ayad says, my mom just played I woke up in a new Bugatti. Isaac says that's the LE. What? I remember this dual tier, and there was 3 special edition Cody Rhodes. There was the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, there was the Dashing Cody Rhodes, and there was the Stardust Cody Rhodes, all of which I think I've got in my showcase. No, not in showcase, sorry. In my card binder here. If we scroll along enough. Those are all my numbered cards. Oh yes, and then we go through the very, very old cards before we get into any of the new stuff. So dual tier is probably going to be around like page 40. I think I might have went too far. Let's continue going anyway. Okay, this was not the Cody Rhodes card. And then that's into equipment. So yeah, we went too far. What limited edition Cody Rhodes is there that I'm not aware of? Do you guys in the chat know what this limited edition Cody Rhodes is? Okay, there's my dual tier cards. Manny says, I think he's talking about the SE one. Is he? You know, I really like this page. I think that's a really, really cool page. All the Dungeon Dropkick cards. Yeah, okay, so here's the 3 dual cards. There's the Dashing Cody Rhodes. There's the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And there's the Stardust. The 3 of them all came out at the same time, but I wasn't aware of any limited edition cards. Many says, was no Cody limited edition. That's what I thought. Okay, Michael says, hi, there's no limited edition Cody. Thank you. As it says, look at my deck. My username is Big Pentafan. I will look at your deck, Isa. If you use any kind of super sticker or super chat, or if you become a Grand Cat member, if you do any of that kind of thing, I will look at your deck right now on stream. So it still says we're ranked 5,842. Let's see if that still is the case if we go back out and go back in. Still ranked 5,942. Christopher says hi. Hello, Christopher. Welcome. Now, what else do we have here? Also, everyone do remember that there is a portrait pack that's available in the store. It gives you this Nikki Bella image. If you want to get that Nikki Bella image, it's only available for 21 hours and 40 minutes. And after that, it will never ever be around again. Ali Magd said, do you have the Nikki Bella with title image? That's a very good question. Do I? I can't remember if I do or not. I actually have a feeling that I don't. I think I didn't bother with that one. It was a very, very long time ago. I'm not sure which one it is that was her with the title image. But these are all the Nikki Bellas that I currently have. I do have a few females with the title images, the likes of Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, but I'm not sure if I've got the Nikki Bella one with the title image. It seems that we don't. Marge says Survivor Season 1. Ah, yes, okay, that's it there. Yes, we did not manage to get that one. It was the event one. Okay, yes. So we were missing that one. But what we do have is... there was a event card. It was this one here. The WrestleMania 36 Nikki Bella. And I wonder if I still have it. I think I do. Because if I do, there's something rather hilarious with it. It was a double heroic card. Now, if you guys spot it, make sure that you remember what page it's on. Because a big old grand cat goes by it, we will need to scroll back to it. Here it is, there it is, there's the Nikki Bella. And hilariously, if you use this image with this event card Nikki Bella, you can see that it actually cuts off half of the image. It's as if like they never actually bothered to make anything below that. So hilariously, like everyone else, it goes all the way down to the bottom, of course, but just not this one. So there's that half-cut image of Nikki Bella that you can use with this Season 6 WrestleMania 36 double heroic event card. Which seems we didn't even get a double heroic, we just got a single heroic. Didn't even bother with the double heroic. So, my goodness. Jason Voorhees says, I have 198 picks for TRD and climbing until I purchase Shardfinder. Tiger says, lol. Menace says, Torso Nikki can't hurt you, but it is scary. Yes, Torso Nikki. Isaac says, get your rewards. Oh, okay. Have the rewards now came in? It looks like I haven't got my rewards just yet, but let's see here. It still says rank 5,942, but if we go back out and go back in, still says rank 5,942. Let's go ahead and check our rewards. It hasn't came in yet, but I'm sure it will come in soon. We just need to wait for them. Presumably Isaac has got his rewards, but they will be slowly rolled out to everyone over the next few minutes or so, I would imagine. In the meantime, I will give you, my Grand Cat Grand Fleet, a quiz. And whoever can answer this question correctly, I will give them a free view. I will look at their deck in-game right now. So there's something on the line here. So everyone, get ready on your keyboards, because whoever answers this question correctly first is the one that I will give a free look at their deck, and we will all get to look at their wonderful, wonderful cards online right now. So if you're all ready, my question is this. Who was Hulk Hogan last tag team champions with? Hulk Hogan has been tag team champions on a number of occasions, but who was the last one he was tag team champions with? It was in WWE, I can tell you that. And it was after WCW closed. It was not Macho Man, it was not Penta. Menace says, rip my knowledge. He was tag team champions with Macho Man as part of the Mega Powers. Tristo says Mr. T. It was not Mr. T. Keep guessing. It was not Gunther. You can have as many guesses as you want. If you want, you can even look up Google to find the answer. So long as you are the first one to give me the answer, you will be correct. It was not Jelly Roll, nor was it 123 Kid, but I appreciate your guesses. Dennis Boyle says Edge. I think you are indeed correct, Dennis Boyle. Messiah SC, of course, says Edge as well. But yes, Dennis Boyle, you managed to get in there first. Edge was the correct answer. So, Dennis Boyle, if you want to give me your WWE Supercard name, I will search for it, and we will take a look at your little deck. Messiah SC says, I said Edge first. On my little scoreboard here, it says that Dennis Boyle was first. I'm going by the chat. Then it says, damn, James Ellsworth was not right then. Messiah SC says, it appears in my chat that I was first. Damn, all right. Well, you can actually see the chat live on the screen right now, and you can see that Dennis Boyle did get in there just before you. Of course, it's all up to Dennis Boyle as to whether or not he wants us to take a look at his deck. Ali Majd says, do you have Hulk Hogan with title? Was free one gift? Hulk Hogan with the title? Was there an image of him with the title? I shall take a quick look. And if he did have the title, which title was it? Those are my questions. The Hulk Hogan icon? That's ridiculous. Legendary from season 1. This one? Was he wearing the title in this image? Really? Like, if we put this image on a different Hulk Hogan, can you actually see the belt? Because that would be very cool. Ali Majd says, yes, world title. Really? You know, I think I've got a Hulk Hogan right here. Now, what one is it I'm using currently? It's that one, okay. You can barely see the tail. Interesting. I wonder if there's any images where if there's any particular tiers with a Hulk Hogan that you can use that image that you can actually see what the belt looks like. I'll just take a very, very quick look. This is the only other one I can think of. Hang on, let me see. It's that one, okay, got it. Yeah, you can barely kind of see the belt down there at the bottom. That's very cool. I didn't know that I actually had the title image on there. That is very, very cool. Huh. I didn't know that. That's very awesome. Dennis says it's DLUV21, but you can check his deck, it's no big deal. Well, you are the winner, so let's go ahead and search your name, good sir. D-Love and 21. And here he is, Mr. Bacon. So let's take a look at his deck. He has the F3 Ivar, F3 Jacob Fatu as well, and the F1 Big Shaquille O'Neal, another F1 Ivar. My goodness, so you pulled 5, 6, 7, 8 Ivars. You've got the F3 Asuka, and you've got the limited edition Mae Young that is 12,682. And let's take a look at their showcase. Oh, they haven't set up their showcase yet? Oh my goodness. You must set up your showcase so that it is very, very cool when people click on your thing and get to look at your various different cards. Similar to Big Ol' Grand Cat. Let me show you what my showcase looks like. There's my Triple H, the very first event card that I got as a pro. The first event card that I got was Sting, but this was the first pro that I got. Hey, I set these up. Did these disappear? If I go into showcase this way, yeah, no, they've disappeared. I set all of this up. I swear I did. They were all the limited edition cards and they're all special ones. Oh my goodness, that was atrocious. I hate that the showcase is vanished that way. My goodness. Isaac says, "Can you do mine since why did that? Mine is Big Pentafan. I would, but I am trying to keep it special so that it's a special reward for when someone uses a super chat or a super sticker, or when someone wins one of my little Grand Cat challenges or quizzes. It's something special that I can give the audience. So that's why I'm trying to give it away as something special rather than giving it away for free. Let's take a quick look back out here and go back in. Ating Yoshikai says, "What is this game, bro? This is WWE Supercard." Jason Voorhees says, "They disappeared into the abyss." They did indeed. It's very, very rude. I didn't realize that the showcase could even do such a thing. Because I did have the showcase all set up before. That will do. I am setting up nonsense here, folks. And we've got 6. My goodness. I'm not even sure exactly what I'm doing here. Having fun, it seems like it. There we go. That looks like some absolute nonsense. Menace says rewards are out. Okay. No, that's me done having fun with that. My goodness. Change this back to that then. Our line of Valkyria is stronger than The Ultimate Warrior? Wow, that's crazy. So Menace says the rewards are out. We need to go back out and we need to go back in. Jason Voorhees says 3 Mae Youngs, Holy Toledo. It seems that my rewards are not here yet. I'm sure they'll be arriving in just a little while. Ating Yoshkai says, thank you, I'm from Indonesia, nice to meet you. Ah, Indonesia. I have a few friends in Indonesia from playing in card games. We've competed in world championships and such together. Menace says, last man standing. The Messiah says, the Grand Cat equals GOAT. Thank you, good sir. PHX Fresh says, how did you do in Last Man Standing? I managed to get myself up to rank 5,942. I've been playing very, very casually. Isaac says, when are you going to fortify Mae Young? We can't even pro the Mae Young, they're limited editions. The Messiah the SC says, you can't, it's an LA card. Iting says, do you have Rey Mysterio? I do indeed. There's limited edition Rey Mysterio we just looked at just a second ago. Michael says, wow, 3 Mae Young can't even get 1. Lol. Then it says rewards are out. Jason wears the 3 Mae Youngs, Holy Toledo. The Messiah says Nikki ain't going to be out for another 25 minutes or so. Tacto says WWE Supercard is just not the same. No, Tacto says WWE Supercard is not just a game, it's the Grand Cat's home. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's my home exactly, but thank you. PHX Afresh says, how many credits did you spend? I don't think I spent any credits. I think I just was playing very, very casually. The Messiah SC says 5,842 or 5,942. It was 5,942. And NGE, or NJE, says, hi. Hello, NGE. Welcome to the live stream. We are just continuing to do the live stream until the Nikki Bella shows up in our rewards. Now, let's see if those showcases actually saved. They did not. I just set up the showcase just there. Unbelievable. I literally just did it. You all saw me. Isaac says 3 Mae Youngs, holy cannoli. The Messiah says, just making sure I don't need glasses. You know, I'm gonna show off something ridiculous here. Female limited edition. And male limited editions. The Macho Man's yeah. 3 limited edition Macho Man and 3 limited edition Mae Youngs. Crystal says, the Grand Cat, I can help you with that. I'm not sure what I am needing help with, but thank you. Messiah says, that's weird, it doesn't save your showcase. Crystal says, same thing happened to me. Isaac says, they went back to the abyss. Yeah, there's no option to even save or anything. NJE says, how many super coins did you spend to get 3 Mae Youngs? Well, I spent 6,500, which you can see me doing in my previous video, as I completed Fastlane. And then I was very, very lucky that a good friend of mine, Alex Jacob for Life, sent me 2 rarity draft picks. And from those 2 rarity draft picks, I managed to get another Mae Young from them. So I was very, very happy with that. It was very, very cool. Pablo Angel waves. Hello, Pablo Angel. Welcome. Christo says, that's how you save. Oh, hang on. Christo says, you have to press the small picture button above the showcase 6 thing. Oh. Profile Change saved. Interesting. So if I go out now and go back in, I wonder if they will still be there or if they're going to disappear. Let's look at Grand Cat's showcase. Of course, those ones have disappeared. But there, the limited edition ones are also sitting there at the end. Okay, cool. So, now that we know how to save, let's go ahead and set up the rest of the showcase. So, what should we have here as our 2 of? That is an excellent question. I do quite like that, The Rock. Oh, you know what? Let's put in our 2 Santa Clauses. That should be good. Yeah, the 2 limited edition Santa Clauses. And the 3 of, we'll put in the final boss, the People's Champion, The Rock. And what other limited editions should we showcase in there? We've got our 2 limited edition Undertakers. I think we're going to go with Bray Wyatt, and I think we're going to go with Undertaker as well. Yeah, that looks cool. And this looks just nonsense enough to keep that exactly the way it is. You know what, I'm going to just do that again, just to make sure that it's that one that's the initial one. Let's back out and go back in. Jason Voorhees says, either the Abyss or deep into the Matrix. So if we look at big old Grand Cat now, into the showcase, there you can see the 2 Santa Clauses, the People's Champion, the Fiend, and the Undertaker, and of course the 3 Mae Youngs and the 3 Macho Man Randy Savages. That is an absolute ridiculous showcase. Indeed. And we're still waiting for the Nikki. Oh, something just appeared there. Is it our rewards? There they are. There's the last man standing rewards. Pablo says, bro now. Indeed, I think you are correct. At rank 5,942 with 320,118 points. Da One and Only 2025 said, I already bought the Nikki Bella on WWE Supercard's backstage. There's a Nikki Bella on the backstage? Isaac says, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt, aka William Rotunda. Was it William Rotunda? I don't think it was William Rotunda. I think it was something else. Mike Rotunda is his father, obviously, and Bo Dallas is his brother. Wyndham Rotunda. Wyndham Rotunda is Bray Wyatt's real name. Not William Rotunda. Wyndham Rotunda is Bray Wyatt. Taito says yes. Let's go ahead, screenshot that, and let's go ahead and claim our last man standing reward. And there we go. We have got rank 5,942 Nikki Bella. Let's go ahead and lock that down. And let's see what cool images we have. For our Nikki Bella. There she is. So of course we've got the throwback image there. We have the the torso Nikki Bella. It looks even worse now. He says, I thought it was William, my bad. Yes, Wyndham Rotunda is Bray Wyatt's name. That I stick with. There was just a weird bleeping noise there. I think that's because we've been streaming for 2 hours. Mary says, Torso Bella is back, baby. Angel says Survivor. Survivor's this one. Isaac says do the Divas champion image. I don't think I've got that one. I think that is one of the ones that I was missing from season 1. You know, there isn't really that much difference between that one and this one, is there? She hasn't changed an awful lot in the years that she's been away. That is just testament to the timelessness of Nikki Bella. I completely forgot when she had like pure jet black hair. It was not the most appealing look for her, I wouldn't say. Is it just me or does she look more like Scarlet there than anything else? That doesn't even look like Nikki Bella, that looks like Scarlet. I hate that it's got the big blue line around the outside of it. It does not make it look very usable, unfortunately. This is such a weird image of Nikki Bella. Like, this must have been her in developmental because even when she was on Raw as the Bella twins, she didn't look like this. So that must be a very old image. NGA says try Legendary Season 2. I think that's this one. Isaac says you have it because I saw you put it on the other one. Do I? Have I got the Nikki Bella with the title? I don't think I do. If anyone knows what image it is that Nikki Bella is with the championship, let me know because if I do have it, I am not aware of it. We'll just go through all the different images. It says, can you put the Divas Champion image on the backstage unhinged? The backstage unhinged card, Nikki Bella. What? There's a backstage unhinged card, Nikki Bella. With the Divas Championship? Oh, wait, no. I just deleted the message. There was a backstage card for Nikki Bella that was the Evolve. It was the Evolve PLE Championship card. Well, not Championship, but the PLE card. And yeah, I don't think I had the Championship. You put the Championship image on the backstage one? I don't think I've got the backstage Nikki Bella. Are you thinking of someone else by chance? Because I don't think I even own that card. Menace said, just finished campaign mode with the Nikki Bella. Oh my goodness, the Nikki Bella was the last thing you needed to finish campaign mode? Tacto says, she is? She is? What does that mean? Isaac says, go to your unhinged female cards. Okay, sure. Female unhinged cards. This is all of them. I think this is the only evolution card I've got. Scroll to the Nikki. Okay. We're on the Nikki. And now what? Oh, Isaac says I mistaked you for the Alexa Bliss. Um, I do have an Alexa Bliss with the championship card, with the championship, but I don't think we've even got an Alexa Bliss here. Do we have an Alexa Bliss? Am I going crazy? I just can't see this. I can't help but feel that Isaac has wasted all of our time. Okay, and to continue, let's go ahead and put our Nikki Bella into the Performance Center. And we'll level her up all the way to level 100. Oh, we can make the Pro Eddie Guerrero. I will need to remember to do that. Nano says, I think he's going on about the Nikki Bella that's on the W Web Store. Yes, indeed, there is a Nikki Bella on the W Web Store. That's the Evolution card. However, it's not one that I've got, and I don't have the Nikki Bella with the Divas Championship. I do have the Alexa Bliss with her championship, and I've got two of Sasha Banks with her title. She's got the NXT and the Raw Women's Championships. But no, we do not have the Nikki Bella's title. I've also got Paige with the Divas title. And let's take a look at our Nikki Bella there. So at level 100, our Nikki Bella has 48,000.58 in speed, 52,000.18 in toughness, 61,000.18 in charisma, and 62,000.98 in power, which is very, very cool. It's a very, very strong card indeed. And of course, we've got a whole bunch of images. This one's probably the most ridiculous of all of them. I'm not even sure what image to use with our Nikki Bella. That one is just so strange looking. I think I might even just keep it with this one because it's the most recent version of the Nikki Bella. But there we are. We have now successfully done it, and we've also set up our showcase to properly show off a whole bunch of nonsense rather than what we had before. And there we go with Last Man Standing now officially completed. We only have one event left in Unhinged here, which is Team Ring Domination to get, of course, the Unhinged Tiffany Stratton. And once we do that, you can see that on Wednesday, we are going to get the brand new SummerSlam event, or the brand new SummerSlam tier, which is also going to have a brand new Battle Pass in 1 day and 21 hours, which is going to be very, very cool. We're going to see what the Battle Pass card is going to be. And we know that the first event card of SummerSlam 25 tier is going to be the Giants Unleashed Finn Balor, which is very, very cool. Christo says, do you play the Pokemon TCG? I used to, very, very long time ago, but not any longer. Better Than Iowa Heartland says, you big back. I've never been away, but I suppose I am back if this is you only just finding me once again after some time. But there we go, folks. That is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. And we'll just go ahead and block that user. I'll teach him. Takedo says, have a good day, Za. Yes, thank you, Takedo. Crystal says, you should have held the 28 pack on the calendar for the new tier because it's coming out in 2 days. 28 pack. Oh, right. No, it would still give you the exact same rewards. It doesn't change. Don't worry. I am well aware. No, it still retains just giving you an unhinged card. It doesn't upgrade to the new rarity, unfortunately. But with that said, folks, and with having banned another wonderful hater on the big old Grand Cat channel, I'm not even sure why anyone would even hate the big old Grand Cat. I mean, my goodness, what have I ever done to any of you? But that's going to be it for this little video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.